the year 2003, we have had the Out From Down Under and Beyond exhibition, which is an exhibition of artists from Australia and New Zealand. In fact, one of the artists who was in that very first exhibition is here tonight.
I'd love for people to actually, when they look at my work, to just get a complete feeling of happiness. Joy is why I paint, and I try to achieve that with colour. And I'd like to think that I've achieved that in this exhibition.
Work that is in this exhibition is truly a wonderful expression of our friends from Australia.
My work is, I would say, generally process-based, meaning that the actual activity in producing the artwork sort of almost becomes part of the work. These are much more spontaneous action. They're really to do with the memories and the psyche, so that the many layers of paint represent the years passed in one's lifetime.
I work in oils, and it's mainly figurative and narrative work. I really leave it up to the viewer to place their own interpretations on my work. Most of the inspiration comes from childhood memories, observation of relationships, those sorts of things, so life experience.
My process is rather intuitive. What I do like to create is very vibrant colours to stimulate people's senses, but the subject matter that I paint is very intuitive, and I kind of sort of make it up as I go along. And so when I'm looking at a finished piece, I can then interpret it how I want to interpret it, and that's how I want the viewer to interpret my work.
Obviously I'm inspired by the water because I live by the water. All my children have sailed, we've always had boats, so we've enjoyed snorkeling, and this is where a lot of my inspiration comes from. And I like to work back into my paintings. I'll do a few minutes every day, stand back, leave it, and go back and work on it. It might take me a few weeks to do one piece.
The Aussies really love being in New York. I think there's a tremendous affinity between our countries.
Everyone's very friendly, and I've managed the subways now, so I'm fizzing everywhere.
I love it. I love it. I really do. It's very different. It's amazing. It's huge and very busy and bigger than I expected. This body of work, or it's actually 3 out of a body of work of 12, was based on a 12-month project where I every day would walk down to the beach, photograph the objects that I would come across. Then I would put them into the Photoshop software, manipulate them, and then they would end up like this.
Well, my work is about pseudo-symbolism, the pursuit of objects to raise one's status in life. It's about strange people in strange places coveting strange, highly manufactured objects. And the vacuosity of that, in the sense that once you have the object, you need another one. My people in these pictures are all like in a hypnotized state of euphoria and question at the same time. It's about consumerism.
It's inspired by old masters' paintings from the Dutch masters, and I work with digital camera work and photography, but I also have a love of native flowers from Australia, so I underexpose them a little bit to try and get that painterly feel without too much process after that.
I'm a pastel artist from South Australia. Australia being one of the driest countries in the world, I work in one of the driest, or the driest medium, which is pastel, dust. So I work in dust.
There's a wonderful cultural expression in terms of abstraction and representational work. Again, a great deal of eclectic work in terms of style and color and thematic content.
My
work is about connecting with people and putting them in touch with nature. I love it when I do paintings and people have them in their homes and then say, we went out into nature and we saw the bird that's in this painting. So for me, it's about getting people out there with the work. Also, I do paintings about sustainability. It's about the fact that these places may not exist in years to come, so I'm capturing them now for future generations.
Collective exhibition is, again, a group exhibition of artists. They're not specifically from any particular location. They're from all over the world. The work is very diverse in style, theme, and various techniques of expression.
These pieces right here, I have a lot of things that have emphasized light. Sower of light right here, and I kind of was playing with light and its effects as it diffuses out, and you get color, and bright, vivid color. And I enjoy working with color.
Well, I obviously like bright colors, and I like to have people look at my paintings and smile, or at least smile inwardly when they see them. I do a variety of topics, just whatever happens to catch my attention at that time.
I think that the inspiration of all my work is from my childhood, and I believe that we should preserve all innocence that we have inside for all of us. Always keep it safe, and when I have it, that's what I show out on my work.
I'm basically an Irish painter who likes to do west of Ireland landscapes and scenes of west of Ireland life in Ireland, and I love sort of very loose impressionistic style that conveys the quality of light and the landscape in Ireland. So I tend to veer towards subjects that have water, so you get lots of reflections and a very loose sort of luminous feel to the painting.
I create it on the floor, paint on the floor, put the canvas on the floor. Sometimes I put water on the canvas and then I drip the paint in the canvas. Sometimes I make many layers like this one and that one. Sometimes just one layer.
Some of the artists have in fact been in this particular exhibition or have been with Agora for many, many years.
Well, this is my third year here.
What do you think of exhibiting here at Agora?
Well, Agora is wonderful. They take really good care of you, they treat you well, and they bring out a great crowd.
This particular series is homage to Oki, and she was very instrumental for many women artists because she was one of the first women that can hold her own in a field in the area with male-dominant painters.
For the most part, I draw. Obviously, I use graphite and charcoal, and I like just like something that really comes out. You know, I want you to look at it and be able to, remember it later.
Because I'm working quite fast, and I'm working normally at the communication department in the health directorate of health. Art is a sort of it's a question of communication, I think, and I do like to have movements in my pictures and bright colors and telling stories about strong women.
I get most of my ideas from nature, from Africa really. As a young man I went to Africa and lived there for a couple of years, and we go back as often as we can. But the idea of just painting them the way they are didn't seem to be quite right really. I mean, it's just a photograph and so on. So they're sort of souvenirs where I remake the action on a little stage.